I feel kind of bad for any writer that's trying to do anything that's sort of mystery related with today's audience, unless you're just dropping a movie. Boom,
And I think
right?
that's the only way that can happen. Or a person who does everything on their own, they write and direct and all that other kind of stuff, and they know all the stuff. Like Quentin Tarantino, he would know the whole thing.
Hmm.
What's his name? The guy who does the Knives Out and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, Ryan
He,
Johnson.
Ryan Johnson, like he knows the whole thing, and he could do it, and people wouldn't even think to bother him. You know what I mean? He drops it
Right.
and be like, "Oh, there you go." So I think certain people could get away with that, but when it's a big machine like Marvel and stuff like that, too many hands are in it. When you're in a situation where Lego toys reveal stuff, that's the kind of world we're in, where the
That's
toys give
happened.
away the
That
answer
happened
and the
so
ending
many
of the.
times where
Yeah.
toys gave away a
So that's like
casting spoiler.
with me, I thought it was pretty dope that I didn't know what Wolverine's complete costume was going to look like on the new Deadpool Wolverine movie. And I
Until
was
the
happy.
trailer
Yeah,
dropped.
but they still didn't show the whole thing because they didn't show him with his mask on or nothing. And
Oh
so,
yeah.
but guess what did? Hey, there's a new hot toy coming out. You want to get this new Wolverine toy for, I think it's how much? It's $290, almost $300, almost three something. And we're showing you the completed,
Oh
costume for
jeez.
Wolverine. So it shows the cowl with no eye, no pupils, his whited eyes, and the whole thing. I'm like,
Okay.
yay, damn. I'm glad I got the notification so I can order it so it won't be sold out. But and damn, it's almost 300 something bucks. But damn, I wanted to be surprised on the screen when he comes out with that helmet that I've been waiting for forever. So it's just crazy the price we pay for stuff, and it was just like
You mean the
the
Wolverine
trailer.
popcorn bucket didn't spoil it for you?
That spoiled something else, my appetite. That's for my appetite. But I thought it was just so crazy that if the trailer is not showing you what that looked like, the toy
Man,
revealed like.
yeah.
And what was funny was they had two versions of the toy. They got the deluxe one and the one that's not deluxe. If you get the non-deluxe Wolverine figure from that movie, it comes with the masked sculpt. To get the unsculpted Hugh Jackman sculpt, you gotta get the deluxe one. So even on the basic one, it has the mask. I'm thinking like, well, as far as anybody knows, he's not wearing one. And so even on your regular version, you're giving that away. You're showing that. And like I said, it's not even
Hmm.
in the trailer. I would think the unmasked face would be the one that's the plain one that because everybody's seen that already. Deluxe one would be the surprise of seeing what that mask looks like. And it's just like
I feel like they need to do a slightly more detailed examination of
and
their contracts with the toy
right.
companies and like
And
what you can show and when.
then like if they did like the Lego normal Lego thing and had like a little Wolverine with the Wolverine head sculpt, with the mask, that's fine. That's Lego, right?
Right.
Hot Toys is highly accurate. It looks realistic. So it ain't no way I thinking like, oh, that's just for the toy. This is gonna be a little bit different in the movies. No. It looked like they took Hugh Jackman, shrunk him down in the plastic, and they put the real clothes on him, and put the little hairs and all the detail. No, that thing looks real, and so I know for sure that's exactly how that costume's gonna look. Exactly, not approximate. I'm talking about exactly. It's a hot toy. It looks exactly.
So my follow-up question is, have you ordered it yet?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I was pissed, but I ordered it. Like I said, I was pissed that I saw it, but I'm glad I did because it would have sold out and I'd have been sad. So it's bittersweet. But
You're like, damn
man,
it, why'd you gotta spoil it? Thanks for the heads up. I'm putting in my
exactly.
credit card now. Yes, I'm so upset. Oh, I can barely press the right numbers.
Oh, it's funny. The world we live in, it's very interesting.
Okay, so in a previous relationship with an ex, long-term girlfriend, we watched multiple seasons of Once Upon a Time.
I used to love that show.
Right? And dear listeners, This is on like, I don't know, NBC, ABC, some one
ABC.
of those, right?
ABC.
And the premise is it's a whole bunch of fairy tale, characters, Snow White,
Storybook
like
characters brought to
all
life.
storybook characters. And it's the whole same flashback structure of half the time we're going to be flashing back to what happened in, fairy tale land, and then something happened and they end up in the real world. And so half the time we're in the flashbacks and half the time we're in the real world. And every time you move along in the flashbacks, you get a little piece of information that maybe sends the audience in the wrong direction or reveals a thing that explains what's going on in the current continuity.
Right.
And that was many episodes a season, and we watched multiple seasons, and it wasn't all good, but it wasn't all bad.
Right.
So to tease out the big reveal, I can wait.
What other Star Wars show we were watching? They did the same thing until the end. Because that just happened recently. Was it Ahsoka? It was one or two of those shows we watched.
Ahsoka didn't really have. It was Where's Thrawn?
Yeah.
But they kind of quickly got to like, well, to get to Thrawn, we have to get the map. So it tells us where to go to make the jump and what are they doing. So there was what's the bad guys doing. Book of Boba Fett had the flashbacks.
It was no, I remember a reveal. Was it Obi-Wan? We're trying to figure out the chick, what her thing was. It was somebody that it was some reveal that was stretched out a long time. We were kind of like,
Inquisitor.
okay.
The Inquisitor.
I'm trying to remember. It might have been.
Like, what's her backstory? She's probably the kid from the very beginning of the show that got stabbed.
And he kind of ran it for a longer than he probably needed to.
But again, that was one of those things. You're like, if you're paying attention, it's like, well, that's her.
Yeah.
It's like, that's her. So
who was it going to be? Ran out of people.
Okay, so like, all right, what are we gonna do with that? And it's like, oh, she's got a hate boner for Vader. All right, cool. What's she gonna do with that? But yeah, I think this is the longest, like, specifically a mystery.
Yeah.
Right. That has been teased out, and we're only episode 5, episode 6. They'll probably give us more, at least of Soul's perspective, before we get the actual flashback.
Right.
But like, it's also not like Book of Boba Fett, which was 4 episodes of flashbacks to just get to him coming out of the Sarlacc, figuring out his new deal and what he wants, which worked, but then not fucking following through or executing it. I'm re-listening to our episodes on that right now, and oh my god, I forgot how disappointed we were.
It got kind of dark, but in a fun way.
Fun time dark, but yes, if they somehow went all the way to episode 8, teasing that would be annoying. Like, again, if you're gonna have a big review, I know which one you were talking about. It was Marvel Invasion, right?
Was it Invasion?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The one with the Skrulls and Sam Jackson, and it was just like,
maybe it was that. We did review that. That's funny. I just posted that again,
and it was
That's
just
funny.
like, okay, you the big antagonist, you've got beef with Nick Fury, and you're gonna wait till like the second to last episode to unload your emotional trauma and why you hate him, and then it goes right into the big fight, and it's come on, give us the emotional turmoil, the betrayal, whatever it is, so we can deal with the fallout of the other characters finding out about it. Everyone reacts in their different ways, does the unexpected things, and that takes us into the final thing. Yeah, it kicks off the final thing immediately, and no one has time to react to it.
Yeah, because the way they drawn out so long, you thought, oh, he's just being a chess player mastermind, not that he was having a petty revenge. It's just like, oh, well, okay. So that's probably what it was then, because I remember having an issue with that, and we did review that. So that's
if someone's gonna do petty revenge, get the petty revenge out to the audience.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Even if you don't. So let's pretend. This was, if it was Kamir getting petty revenge, first episode, either he or May goes and kills Inara, or whatever her name was, Trinity, And then he comes in and explains why you had to die, because you and those other 3 did this, this, this. Now the audience knows what he's doing and his beef.
Right.
And we get to see that play out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, or show a little kid version of him like they did in other shows. Like something like, oh, he was always there. Something.